Every night, a baby cried from this hut, but no child had lived there for 20 years.
In the village of Umu-Ikem, nightfall never came quietly. Not because of animals, not because of drums, but because of a sound that did not belong to the living. Every night, exactly when the moon climbed halfway into the sky, a baby cried. The cry was soft at first, weak, like a newborn searching for warmth. But as the minutes passed, it grew louder, heavier, more desperate. And the strangest part was this: no child lived in the hut where the sound came from. The hut sat at the edge of the village, abandoned for over 20 years. Its walls were cracked, its roof sunken like a bowed head. Children were warned never to go near it. Elders avoided its direction when they walked at night, and mothers pulled their babies closer whenever the crying began. People said different things about the sound. Some said it was a wandering spirit. Others said it was punishment. But no one ever said the truth, because the truth had teeth. Years passed, and the crying never stopped, until Nkiru returned. Nkiru had left Umu-Ikem as a young girl, and returned as a widow, carrying grief like an old scar. She had buried her husband in a far land, and come home looking for peace. But on her very first night back, the cry found her. She froze on her mat as the sound drifted through the darkness. It was close, too close, and suddenly she realized something that chilled her bones. The cry was calling, not loudly, but personally. The next morning, Nkiru asked questions. The villagers avoided her eyes. The elders told her to let sleeping spirits lie. But one old woman, half blind and bent with age, grabbed Nkiru's waist and whispered, "That child cries because we never let it live." The words followed Nkiru all day, and when night came again, she made a decision no one else had dared to make. She took a lantern, said a quiet prayer, and walked toward the abandoned hut. The crying grew louder with every step. Her heart pounded so hard she feared the spirits would hear it. When she pushed the door open, the air inside was cold, unnaturally cold. The crying stopped. Inside the hut was nothing. No crib, no cloth, no bones. But then Kiru noticed the ground. The earth beneath her feet was darker than the rest, freshly restless, as if it had never truly settled. She dropped to her knees and brushed the dirt away. What she uncovered made her scream. Tiny finger bones, a cracked clay bracelet, and buried deep beneath the soil, a truth the village had murdered. Years ago, a young girl had given birth in secret. The child was born during famine, when mouths were many and food was little. Fear spoke louder than mercy. The elders decided the baby would bring hunger, shame, weakness, so they buried it alive. The cry returned, louder than ever, filling the hut, the night, the village. Nkiru ran. By morning, Umu-Ikem was awake to chaos. Children heard the cry in daylight for the first time. Animals refused to enter the village. The elders gathered, shaking, not with age, but with guilt. Nkiru stood before them and spoke the words they had buried. "You killed a child, and the earth has been crying ever since." Silence fell. Then the oldest elder collapsed to his knees and confessed. The baby had never been named, never welcomed, never mourned. That night, the village did what it should have done long ago. They dug the ground properly. They washed the bones with tears. They gave the child a name. They sang, not to celebrate, but to apologize. When the burial was complete, the wind moved gently through the trees. For the first time in 20 years, the night was silent. No crying, no whispers, no fear. And from that day on, the elders taught their children one lesson above all others. Truth buried alive never stops crying. Only confession gives it rest.